Hello everybody on this cool, rainy October day. It's a little bit rainy and it's just in the 60s, I believe, here in Greensboro. So it's a little bit chillier than usual. And it seems like it's getting a little bit chillier earlier than it usually does for this time of year here in Greensboro. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Kendrick Johnson. How many of you know about this 17-year-old boy? I'm sure you've heard about him. He died in a rolled up gym mat, I think back in January or February. Not sure of when, so don't quote me on that. But he was 17 years old. He died in a rolled up gym mat. They were saying that his death was accidental. They said that he apparently was reaching down into the rolled up gym mat, which was standing up this way, for a shoe and fell in head first and suffocated and died. I don't believe that. I don't believe it at all. And now I believe the case is back opened. From what they found out now, what they're saying now is that they've exhumed his, well, what they did was they exhumed his body for another autopsy. This autopsy concluded that he had, I think, some kind of injuries consistent with being hit. They said that there was blood on him, but no blood on the shoe. So why was there blood on him and no blood on the shoe that he supposedly was reaching for? This is the interesting thing, though. They have video, surveillance video at the school of him walking through the gymnasium by himself. No one else was with him. He was by himself on the day that he died. They said that they have other videos at the school, but the school won't release the videos. Why are the cops not pushing for this? Why do the cops not say, I demand you turn these videos over? So, anyway, they're not releasing the videos. They're not telling anybody what's on the videos. They're not, and it's like this, too. If there was nothing discriminating on those videos, they would have turned them over. They would have said, look, here he is, and here he is after the mat, and this is what everything we have on video, and you can see no foul play. That's what they would say, but they're not doing this. So, after they exhumed his body for another autopsy, his parents were devastated to find out that their son's internal organs were missing. You know, of course he had an autopsy. But the way that it works, where they did that autopsy, it was his internal organs, they claim, as they said, their policy is, they said they took his internal organs and placed them in his abdomen cavity, sewed him up, and sent him back to the funeral home. The funeral home says that when they received the body, they didn't receive any internal organs. Somebody's lying. Either the funeral home's lying or the coroner's office lying. So if I was his parents, I'd just sue both of them, because I'm going to get it right. And the way that they found out that he did not have any internal organs is they, at the funeral home, says that they didn't do it. The coroner's office says they didn't do it. But somebody stuffed Kendrick Johnson's head and abdomen with newspaper. Newspaper. Just like he was trash. Just like he didn't matter. And not only newspaper, but old newspaper. Because they said there were Black Friday ads in there. That's just devastating to the family. His father said, you know, I thought I buried my son, not just half of my son. They had, they was talking about it the other night on the news. And a reporter had gone to the, I believe, to the school. The reporter had gone to the school. And I believe it might have been the principal he was talking to. Don't quote me on that, but I know he was inside there and was going to talk to somebody at the top. And it showed him because he had his camera crew there. They let him in. They let him into the office. And the principal, if that's who it was, shook his hand. Apparently didn't know what he was there for. And then the reporter said, I'm here to talk about Kendrick Johnson. And that principal stood up out of his seat and said, I need you to leave. And the reporter said, what do you mean? And he said, I need you to leave. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed. And refused to talk to him. Walked him right outside the door and refused to talk to him. If there's nothing to hide, why not talk to him? If he did indeed tumble in, just sit there and say that then. Why are you refusing to talk? That makes him look guilty. And by not releasing the school surveillance, they know something that we don't know. And I think it's sad. I think it's very, very sad that his family, especially his parents, have to go through this. You know, I said from day one when they said that he suffocated in a gym mat, I said from day one myself, I said, no. That boy did not topple upside down into a gym mat by himself and suffocate. That did not happen. You know, it's not. If you're upside down and you're reaching in after a shoe, chances are you've got your other hand right here on the mat. You're not going to go in there with your arms down to your side and suffocate. So they know something more than what they're telling anybody. I think it's a shame. I think it's a damn shame. Because somebody got away with something. The police need to demand that all that surveillance be turned over. All of it. Maybe that's a small town. Maybe that's a small community and somebody knows something, somebody's covering up for somebody. But it don't look right. It don't look right at all. And then to stuff that boy with newspaper? Like I said, the funeral home said they didn't stuff him. Coroner's office said they didn't stuff him. Somebody stuffed him. So common sense would tell you if he came back to the funeral home already sewed up, then the coroner's office stuffed him with newspaper and disposed of his internal organs. No, if I was his parents, I'd sue somebody. I saw him on the news, and I feel bad for the dad, but the mom just sits there and hardly says anything. It's just like her spirit is just so broke. And, I mean, he was a cute young guy. He really was. He had the long hair, but he looked like it was well maintained. He was a cute little guy. So, I don't know what happened to Kendrick Johnson, but I hope they find out, and I hope whoever did it gets brought to justice. And what do you think? Have you heard about this? And what do you think about it? And until next time, bye-bye.